In this tutorial video, we're going to go through how to use the join tool in the Spark software and show you various ways that you can close off open vectors. You can see here the file that we will be using in this tutorial video to demonstrate the different options and when to use them. At first glance, we can clearly see that there are elements of our vectors that are missing and would require joining if we were to perform certain toolpath operations, for example, V-carving, pocketing, and cutting out. If you are working with an imported file, it's good practice to identify those open vectors at the start of any job. The easiest way to do this is by right-clicking on the sheet and going to Select, Vectors, and the All Open option, which will select all the open vectors in the file. Another way to identify open vectors is to select them, and anywhere you see a black square on the vector, this is an indicator that it is open and needs attention. We are now going to look at the Join tool. You can find the Join tool by going to the left-hand panel here and going to the Join option here. And now if we click here, you can see that it brings up the Join tool floating toolbar. And we can click and drag this to move it. So I'm just going to move it above the sheet we are currently working on. And we're first going to go through the Join, Close, Open Vectors option. So if we look to the right of the floating panel here, you can see here that it will show us how many open vectors are in the vectors we have selected and the closed vectors that are in the vectors we have selected. The number in the red section of each of these will show us how many open or closed vectors there are in the selected vectors before using the Join tool. And then the green sections here will show us how many open or closed vectors there are after using the Join tool. So the Join tool can be very helpful. For example, if you import vectors and they're made up of single vectors instead of one closed vector, or if the vector in the file has a small gap in it that you do not see, which can cause issues later when creating toolpaths such as a cutout toolpath and can give you unexpected results. So for this example, I'm first going to select the rectangle around the sign here, and as you can see, it's made up of 4 separate single line vectors to create the shape. Now if I select all of these vectors, so I'm going to click and drag to select these 2, hold down Shift and do the same in this corner, so I now have all 4 of these open vectors selected. As you can see here, it shows us that we have 4 open vectors. Now if we hover over these selected vectors with the Join tool selected, you can see here that those 4 open vectors will now turn into one closed vector. So then if we click on this and hover back over, you can now see on this side of the tool that it is now one closed vector. Also, as mentioned previously, you can also use the Join tool if you have a gap in your vector. So for example, some of these gaps may not be very visible as they may be so tiny that you don't see them unless you zoom in. So for example, if I zoom into this circle here, you can see that there is a very tiny gap at the top of it between the start and end point of the vector. But whilst looking at the vector further out, you would not notice this. And we can use the Join tool to join this vector together to create a closed vector instead of the open vector it currently is due to that gap. And again, you can see on the Join tool floating toolbar at the top, if you look at the right, you can see that the vector is currently an open vector, but once we use the Join tool, it will become a closed vector. So if we click on this, you can now see that it is a joined vector. You can also see that we have a tolerance value next to the mouse as well for the join tool, you will need to make sure that the gap between the start point and the end point of the vectors is within that tolerance value. So here you can see on this star that we can join this open vector into a closed vector as the gap is below 0.01 inches, which we currently have set as the tolerance. But if we go over to the square here, you can see we currently have a red line through the join icon by the mouse, which means we are unable to use the join tool on this vector. And this is because the gap in this vector is larger than the 0.01 tolerance we currently have set. So if we change this tolerance value so it is slightly higher, so 0.05 instead, and press enter, you can see now as we have increased that tolerance value, we can now use the join tool to join the vector together, as the tolerance value is now larger than the gap between the end point and start point of the vector. You can also change the tolerance value on the floating toolbar as well by clicking on the tolerance icon here. If you click on this, you can see that you can enter the new value of the tolerance here, or you can use the slide bar here to increase or decrease the tolerance value. So next we're going to look at the other options we have within the join tool floating toolbar. So the next option is the join close with a straight line. Now you could use this option if you have an open vector that has a large gap that you want to close with a straight line. So for example here, if we look at the A on the sign, we could use this with the top of the A here, as we would like to have a straight line connect the top of the A together. So as you can see here, as we hover over the vector, we do see a red line preview of the vector it will create. And if we are happy with how the red line preview looks, we can click, and it has now joined the top of that vector with a straight line. And we can do the same for the inside part of the A here. This can be a quick and easy way to join vectors you have drawn or vectors that have gaps in them. And again, we can look at the next option, which is similar to this, which is join close with a smooth curve. This will instead connect the vectors with a smooth line or curve. So if we select the S on the sign that we can see here has a gap, you can see here that the gap is being joined with a smooth or curved line instead. And again, we can see the red line preview of what vector will be created using this join tool. And all we would need to do if we are happy with the preview is to click on the vector, and it has now applied that join tool. And now the next option is the join close endpoints at common point option. So if we look at the triangle at the top here, you can see that we have quite a large gap at the top of it, and I would quite like the 2 points at the top to be together and joined. So if we hover the mouse over, we can see that we have a red line preview again of the vector it will create, and it has moved the 2 points at the top closer together at the midpoint to close this vector. And again, we can click on it to apply the join tool that we have selected. Now you can see that we have quite a large gap here in the sign, and if we use the straight line tool, it doesn't quite create the shape we want, or the curved, or using the endpoints to a common point option either. So if you have a vector like this you would like to join, you may need to edit the vector slightly before using the join tool. So for example, if I go into the select option here, hold this down and go to the node edit mode. You can also select N on the keyboard to go into node edit mode as well. And we manually edit this vector slightly so that it is more in line with the vector below it. We can then go back into the join tool, and now using the join close with a straight line, we can see that we can now use this tool and create the shape we are looking for. So the join tool can be very handy, but you may also need to do some slight edits to the vector to get the exact shape you are looking for with the join tool. Another thing I want to go through is if we click out of the join tool and go back into the select option here, you can also select a vector outside of the join tool, right click on it and go down to the join and close vector option here. And you will see here we have the option to close it with a line, with a smooth curve, or move endpoints options here as well. So for this T, I could use the with a straight line option, and you can see that this has joined the vectors together with a straight line like in the join tool. I hope you have found this tutorial video helpful going through the join tool in the Vectric Spark software.